Former Governor Fayemi tasked Nigerians on election of credible leaders. INEC reiterates commitments to free and fair elections ahead of 2023 poll. While on the foreign scene, China locks down largest city as authorities battle COVID flare-up. Good evening, and we are glad to have you join us on Major Reports. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola. Nigerians have been tasked to elect credible leaders with ability to provide solutions to myriad of challenges facing the country. Former Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi gave the charge in Osogbo, the state capital of Osun, while commissioning road projects completed by Governor Adegboyega Oyetola's administration. Governor's office correspondent Soya Honorade completes the story.
It was another epochal moment in the honor of the state of Osun as Governor Adegboyega Oyetola commissioned 10-kilometer road covering Lameko, Agumbelewo, Okini, Ilobu, as well as 18.09 kilometer Kelebe Iragbiji, stretching around Orita Idiodan, Araromi, as well as Anoye Market. The special guest of honor and former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who said he is particularly delighted for the opportunity, disclosed that colleagues in the Nigeria Governors Forum admired Governor Oyetola for gigantic feat recorded across the state within meager resources. Dr. Fayemi noted that Governor Oyetola has demonstrated creativity, innovation, competence, integrity, as well as huge sacrifice in delivering on good governance, adding that history and posterity will be very kind to the governor.
I was looking at this brochure and counting the number of roads that you have intervened in with zero resources. I really can say to you that as progressives, we are extremely proud of your accomplishments in this state. And you've also taught me before I left office, and I've passed it on to the governor in Ekiti, how to use alternative funding mechanism to accomplish tremendous progress in infrastructure development.
Speaking on the road projects, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola said that it is in fulfillment of determination of his administration toward infrastructural developments, which is seen as catalyst for industrial revolution in turning the state into industrial hub in the southwest. Governor Oyetola said that he is relentless in the rehabilitation and construction of roads across the state so as to make life more bearable for the citizenry.
The further fulfillment of administration's adverse resolve to unleash infrastructure development of the state as a catalyst for the industrial revolution that we envisioned and part of our dream to make Osun the economic and industrial hub of the southwest. The reconstruction of the federal roads we are inaugurating today is a dream come true for the entire state in Nigeria and the residents and travelers on this route adjoining states in particular. It's also a fulfillment of the desire of our administration to fix all physical roads infrastructure development, not minding the classification, whether they are federal, state, or local government, for the comfort of our citizens and residents of Osun, and for further enhancement of the socio-economic activities of the good people of the state.
In his remark, the State Commissioner for Works and Transport, Engineer Remi Omowaye, commended Governor Oyetola for delivering on Osogbo Ilobu Road project that was abandoned for 25 years, as well as the newly constructed Kelebe Iragbiji Road. In the goodwill messages delivered by stakeholders, including the chairman of All Progressive Congress Elders Forum, Engineer Shola Akewumi, the state chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Prince Gboyega Famodun, Senator Ajibola Bashir, representing Osun Central Senatorial District, Olobu of Ilobu, Oba Ashiru Olatoye Olaniyan, the representative of Atauja of Òṣogbo, Ọba Jimoh Ọlánìpẹ̀kun, Alhaji Sulaiman Ọlánìpẹ̀kun, Arágbèjì of Iragbèjì, Ọba Abdulrasheed Ọlábòmí lauded Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for his passionate commitment towards infrastructural developments and overall welfare of the citizenry across the state, despite paucity of funds. Highlight of the occasion was the commissioning of Òṣogbo Ilobu Road and Kelebe Iragbèjì Road by former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi. Dignitaries at the occasion were the wife of the governor, Mrs. Kafayat Oyetola, the deputy governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, former deputy governor, Mrs. Grace Titilayo Laoye Ponle, leadership of the All Progressive Congress, and traditional rulers from across the state. From the governor's service, Saya Onoide reporting.
In the meantime, the commissioning of Òṣogbo Lameko Ifon Ilobu roads and Òṣogbo Kelebe Iragbèjì roads attracted eminent personalities, the young and the old, with great excitement. Adebare Ijumakinde, who was at the epoch-making event, now reports.
For strangers and possibly those who are unaware of the commissioning of Òṣogbo Lameko Ilobu Ifon Osun Road, as well as Òṣogbo Kelebe Iragbèjì Road, they might have been surprised getting to Agunbelewo and testing grand areas. The venue of the program, citing the mammoth crowd that besieged the areas, but they need not worry too long before they sight a billboard which informed about the happenings in the areas. The inscriptions on the billboards indicated that the 10-kilometer newly constructed roads along Lameko Ilobu Ifon Osun axis and the 18.04-kilometer Òṣogbo Kelebe Iragbèjì Road are being commissioned by the former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, indicating the laudable achievement of the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. The long-abandoned federal government roads along Ifon Osun, which was in deplorable state, has received a new touch and it was beautiful in sight after completion. The historic event attracted dignitaries, state government functionaries, monarchs, political stalwarts, different socio-political and economic groups, to mention a few. The Lady Oluwa flag bearers were at the venue showcasing great excitement while Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, accompanied by the former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, were accorded a warm reception. The duo, who appeared in the traditional wears, as well as the state first lady, were not only promoting the rich Yoruba culture, but were also admired to welcome. The duo and their entourage, who alighted from the official bus, did not take the people for granted as they went round to greet the people. The economic activities around the area went on unhindered, but many shop owners took time out of their busy business activities to catch a glimpse of the road commissioning program. The well-constructed roads also had a good drainage system to enhance its durability. It has offered the business owners the opportunity to access their offices and aid transportation of their goods. The event, which was observed in a peaceful and lovely atmosphere, did not hinder traffic. Adequate plan was put in place. Road users comply with the road diversion, which affords them the opportunity to link the road at other strategic points. The presence of Osun traffic marshals and the security agencies have helped greatly to ensure free flow of traffic and provision of security. The Osun cultural troupe were not left out of the program as they entertained the spectators and participants. The acrobats, who are members of another cultural troupe, performed to the satisfaction of the people. Osun State Broadcasting crew were also seen manning their duty posts as the event was beamed live. Adebare Ijumakinde, Osbc News.
In another development, the Osun Governorship Election Petition Tribunal resumed with the appearances of petitioners and witnesses. The expert witness for the first and second petitioners informed the tribunal that he conducted analysis of the Beavers reports on the July 16 governorship election. Adeyemi Abodere files in the report.
At the resumed sitting of Osun Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, lead counsel to the first and second petitioners, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, and the All Progressive Congress, Chief Akin Olujimi, SAN, applied to amend petitioners' list of witnesses as contained in pages 141 to 150 of the witnesses scheduled, to which the first, second, and third respondent counsels raised no objection. Tribunal thereafter granted the prayer of the petitioner's counsel. To do so, the petitioners thereafter opened their case with the appearance of petitioner's star witness, Mr. Isiaka Olariwaju, who told the tribunal that he conducted analysis of Beaver's report on the July 16 governorship election in 749 units in the 10 local government under contest. Olariwaju, who admitted voting at Oke-Ejigbo Ward 2, Unit 4, said the analysis conducted showed alleged irregularities in Beaver's report used for the election. Under cross-examination, counsels to first, second, and third respondent, Professor Paul Ananaba, Mr. Onyechi Ikpeazu, and Dr. Alex Izinyo, all senior advocates of Nigeria, told the tribunal that he still stand by the analysis he conducted, which formed part of the petition submitted by the petitioners on resumption from a break. Cancelled to the first and second petitioners, Chief Akin Olujimi, SAN, informed the tribunal of their intention to drop third and fourth witnesses, which he said won't add to what the star witnesses had given earlier in the day. Counsels to the first, second, and third respondent had no objection to this application. In his ruling, the tribunal chairman, Justice Tasi Kume, granted the application and struck out names of third and fourth petitioners' witnesses from the list. On the second petitioner's witness, who was to give evidence today, counsel to INEC, Professor Paul Ananaba, SAN, informed the tribunal of his decision to also withdraw a counter application filed to subpoena INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner for the state. Appearance of INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner, according to counsel to the petitioners, will assist the submission of the second petitioner's witness in the case. With this, the coast is now clear for INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in the state to appear before the tribunal in respect of some documents that are likely to aid the petitioner's case. Speaking with Osbc News shortly after the sitting, counsels to first and second petitioners, Chief Akin Olujimi, and first and third respondent, Dr. Alex Izinyo and Professor Paul Ananaba, expressed their satisfaction with the proceedings.
Yes, what happened today in the tribunal briefly was that the petitioners called their witness who gave oral evidence on the analysis he did on the results produced by INEC after the election. Having looked at their evidence, I found that there was no point calling so many witnesses if you can speak through one witness who is very conversant with the facts of the case. That was what happened today. I looked at the summary of the evidence and I found that, look, there is nothing extra they will say that the first witness had not even said clearly. Yes, we expect that because the only obstacle against it was the application filed on behalf of INEC against the subpoena, but he withdrew that application today, which means the subpoena will be obeyed by INEC, and then the officer we subpoenaed would appear in court tomorrow.
They said the two witnesses they want to call, they want to withdraw them and abandon them. So we were struck out. So we now take tomorrow to continue with the remaining witness list. I've called their witness, one witness, an expert witness, and we the tribunal took the witness. Based on the way the proceeding has gone, they had withdrawn their two other witnesses. And now, we, in response, have withdrawn our application as first respondent. So tomorrow, they are left with one witness they intend to call tomorrow, and then possibly the subpoena witness. The petition is going on well.
The tribunal is expected to continue its sitting tomorrow. Adeyemi Aboderin, OSBC News.
President Muhammad Buhari has reiterated the need for Nigerian men to stay off activities that could jeopardize the peaceful conduct of the 2023 general elections. The president gave the challenge during felicitation with Nigerian men as the world celebrated another International Men's Day. He reiterated the pivotal role of men in ensuring a safe, peaceful, and progressive environment, given their visible position in families, government, communities, and leadership in religious, traditional, and political institutions, while recognizing the strong influential and significant position of women in building the nation over the years, with evidence in their rising profiles. The president then urged men to be more guided in protecting and promoting democracy in Nigeria. Excuse me. He said this could be achieved by ensuring full participation in the upcoming 2023 elections, adhering to regulations of the electoral body, Independent National Electoral Commission, and exploring redress in the courts. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to collaborate with other stakeholders towards conducting free, fair, and credible elections in 2023. Resident Electoral Commissioner in Osun State, Dr. Mutiu Agboke, gave the assurance in Osogbo while speaking at the capacity building workshop for effective service delivery ahead of the 2023 general elections. Omotayo Adebodun reports.
The one-day capacity building workshop organized by Justice Development and Peacemaker Center JDPMC for state actors and non-actors in electioneering was aimed at ensuring each free and credible election in 2023. Speaking at the workshop, the resident electoral commissioner Osun State, Dr. Mutiu Agboke, stated that Beavers has come to stay and will make the difference in the forthcoming general election. He assured that people with disability will also play a vital role with all security agencies towards the success of the election.
There is nothing INEC will do to achieve success in this coming election. We must continue to talk and talk and talk. There are so many policies of INEC. Policy on communications, policies on our guidelines, rules and regulations, policy on people with disability. These are the things that we need to explain to people. Engagement and re-engagement with our stakeholders, just like what JDPMC have done today, is a very good platform, very good platform for us to spread the message. And if they have done this, other stakeholders should copy the JDPMC.
Earlier in his address of welcome, General Coordinator of the group, Reverend Father Peter Akinkumi, stated that the workshop attempts to leverage on the success of 2019 election and do better, while also admonishing all citizens to get their PVCs. Meanwhile, the resident electoral commissioner, after the workshop, paid a courtesy visit to the Nigerian Immigration Service Osun State Command, where he was received by Comptroller Timothy Olashinyo and also the Nigeria Correctional Center, Osun State Command Comptroller General Tolu Ogunshakin, where both officers pledged their support to the commission ahead of the general election. The one-day workshop is aimed at promoting effective service delivery and create platform where relevant stakeholders can synergize towards the success of the election. Omotayo Adebodun, OSBC News.
The Ekiti State House of Assembly has elected the immediate past Chief Whip, Honorable Olubunmi Adelugba from Emure constituency as the first female speaker for the parliament. Her emergence followed the impeachment of Boyega Aribisogun, the immediate past speaker, who was suspended indefinitely by the lawmakers. 17 out of the 25 lawmakers elected Olubunmi Adelugba as the new Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly. Report says the leadership of the Assembly has been in crisis since the death of the former Speaker, Fumini Yafuye, who died at the Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital on October 19 after suffering cardiac arrest. Ekiti State Assembly Complex had been sealed as members split into opposing groups over the position of the speaker. The management of Osun State University has assured that the recent grant received from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation will be judiciously used. The Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Clement Adegboye, gave the assurance at a press conference organized in Osogbo. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga completes the story.
The $1.4 million research grant given to the university by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was in line with the landmark achievements that the university have made in other researches. Professor Adeboye, who appreciated Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, noted that the grant is to make research on ways to suppress the black fly population, popularly called Amokoro in Yoruba land. He added that the black flies spread several diseases, including river blindness, skin disease, intense itching, rashes or nodules under the skin, among others, noting that river blindness is one of the debilitating diseases of public health importance and it is transmitted by these black flies.
Our university has just won $1.4 million grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on the study of black fly and the prevention of river blindness in the subregions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it's a grant that has been awarded meritoriously based on healthy and stiff competition in the academia. And we are glad to have received the grant for the control, surveillance, and well-being of the people with respect to that scourge of river blindness.
Professor Adeboye stated further that black flies feed on the blood of mammals, including humans, although the males feed mainly on nectar of flowers, adding that it often causes spot itching of skin and swelling at the point of bite, and sometimes inflammation results from a bite. The Vice Chancellor, who assured the university's readiness to embark on the research project on ways to suppress the black fly population, noted that more than 99% infected people live in 31 African countries, including Nigeria.
UniOsun has proven itself. We have proven ourselves over time. The totality of grant that has been won by this university is up to about $25 million in the last 10 years. And we have records of what they call diligent and integrity-based use of the funds that have been allocated to us. Funders look for this university because of the associated integrity, prudence, and the strength of character of the institution in fund management.
In his closing remark, the university registrar, Gafar Shitu, appreciated members of the pen profession for their cordial relationship with the Osun State University and their efforts in ensuring the positive growth of the university and the society at large. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga, Osbc News.
Major report continues shortly. Stay tuned.
How do I know protein breakfast gets you up to a great day? How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protein Breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
A Peak Protein Breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protein Breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Taiwo Alake for Business News.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has launched a countdown clock on its website for the January 31st, 2023 deadline for the 200 Naira 500 naira and 1,000 naira notes currently in circulation. It said the notes currently in circulation would remain legal tender alongside the new notes from December 15, 2022 to January 31st, while the old notes would cease to be the legal tender from the January 31st next year deadline. The central bank has therefore advised Nigerians to deposit denominations to be redesigned to their various banks, saying that banks would be open for operation from Monday to Saturday weekly, as it also suspended bank charges on deposits for the period, adding that there was no limit to the amount that could be deposited at a time. Meanwhile, the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele had said there was holding of naira notes by members of the public. Food prices would worsen next year. It added that the volatility in the value of the naira, the federal government's continued dependence on the Central Bank of Nigeria for financing its budget deficit and fertility, while climate-related natural disaster pose downside risks to agriculture. It also added that despite Nigeria's limited direct exposure, the war in Ukraine was affecting the nation through higher domestic food prices. The IMF said high food insecurity was compounding the pandemic effects on Nigeria vulnerable. That was like Osbc News.
You are welcome to our sports segment. Bukayo Saka marked his debut at the World Cup with a brace as England hammered Iran 6-2 in their Group B opener in Qatar today. While on the foreign scene, China's Guangzhou has locked down its largest district, while schools across Beijing have moved to online classes as authorities battle numerous COVID-19 flare-ups across the country. And that ends the major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Kayode Adebayo. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbola, saying good night.
Afrobeats, the time is now. The hunt for the new Afrobeat superstar begins. From over 4,000 contestants, 17 contestants make it to the main stage. Who will be the chosen one? Expect mesmerizing group performances, breath-catching pair battles, captivating solo performances, and touching evictions. Contestants will face several hurdles in their pursuit to become the next superstar. You will never want to miss the quarrels, the suspicions, the alliance, and Karamadere. You'll see the humanity from different perspectives. And from the dazzling stage reactions of the judges, you'll see the rising of a superstar. All on Naija Star Search. Watch every Sunday at 8 p.m. on ST Nollywood channels, ST Yoruba, and Star Times on app. Exclusive on Star Times.
Star Times and